Hey guys, welcome. This is day number 3 of my 30-day vlogging challenge. And one of the things that I've had on my mind lately is all about that feeling you get when you're in your creative flow, that high that you just cannot replace. For me, back in the day, that used to be music. Back in the day when I was DJing or I was in the recording studio making music, um, every now and then you just you play that track or you'd hear that track or you create something that just hits you right in the feels, just hits that right exact mood for you, and suddenly you're just somewhere else. You're just in your head, you're in your vibe, you're totally locked in. It's a feeling that it's really hard to explain, but if you felt it, you understand it. When you're on stage and, you drop that track and the crowd reacts, the exact way you wanted to, or they react in a way you didn't even expect. It just, it's the feeling's unmatched. It really hypes me up. It makes me really emotional. I think that's what I'm really trying to get out of this whole creative process with getting into video work. I'm sure that, I'm going to bring some of my musical abilities in with that as well. But I need to really express myself in those kind of creative ways. It's just like starting over with DJing again. It was very difficult in the beginning when I first started. You, when you finally get that mix right, when you finally learn how to mix, when you finally learn how to control that crowd and do those kind of things, it clicks right and it just gets you all hyped up. So I'm really looking on trying to do that again, whether it's going to be through, editing, or it's going to be through shooting things or talking to people, whatever it's going to be. And I'm not there even by far. I've probably held off so long on this because, I'm sure just like many people, it's really, really hard to start over at something and suck at something, especially when it comes to creative stuff, because that was such a huge part of who I was for so long. And I'm not there yet, but I'm going to get there. And I'm excited for the process. And this is hard. This is hard doing this every single day. And even today, I'm sitting down and learning some DaVinci Resolve just so I can learn some basic editing. And I'm not going to be able to do everything all at once. I'm not going to be able to create the things that I want at once. But when I was producing music and when I was DJing, I wasn't doing that either. I was terrible in the beginning. I made so many different mistakes. And, you only get better at that time through repetition, just doing it over and over again. And I know from doing the creative process before, you will hit plateaus where you will get better and then you'll plateau for a while and you just can't get any better. And then all of a sudden things just start clicking and you go up again and it gets higher and higher. And I'm not sure if I ever really reached where I wanted to with music, but things really, really started to click and I really, especially when I was DJing and I had the right vibe with the crowd, it was just incredible. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that again with the creative process. Anyways, that's a little piece of what, drives me creatively. If you've ever done creative work, whether it's, videography, music, painting, photography, I'd love to hear, things that have inspired you throughout your life and things that have, sparked that creative moment. If drop a comment down below. I'd love to actually read about that. So anyways, that's it for me for day number 3. I'll see you again for day number 4 tomorrow. Peace.